Bitch! Bitch! Wake up, bitch!
My head.
Bitch! I said wake up, bitch! Wake up!
Hey, Mrparka here to review the newest Massacre video releases, and I'm not going to review the new VHS that was a limited convention exclusive Train of Terror, but I will be reviewing Chester Turners films, Black Devil Doll from Hell and Tales from the Quadead Zone. And you know what's funny is I've heard about these films for years. They have an infamous cult following, and I didn't want to watch them because I couldn't find a real copy to watch. And I just felt like watching these on bootleg wasn't going to, I don't know, you know the picture quality's not going to look great because it's shot on video, but I wanted to wait for the real thing or stumble across, you know, the real release of it. So I finally popped it in, and, you know, it's you know, a lot of people say it's like one of the worst movies ever made, or it just has to be seen to be believed, and, yeah, Black Devil Doll from Hell, what can I say? I mean, I'm sure it's been talked about numerous millions of times, but I guess I'll just hop right into it. Basically, it follows the story of a holy roller, really religious virgin woman who goes to church all the time, and basically she looks down upon any sin or anything against the commandments, especially sex, and she's been suppressing herself apparently. And one day on the way home, walking, she sees this little shop, so she stops in it, and there's this weird doll in there, and it somehow captivates her, has like a trance, I guess you'd say a trance maybe, but she's just captivated by it, and the shopkeep gives her this really stupid story about it granting wishes, and it always finds its way back to the shop, and she gives her a great look that just, yeah, right, but she ends up not being able to resist, and takes the doll home with her.
You like it?
Yes, I really do.
I'm going to tell you a little story about this puppet. The owner of this puppet was an East Indian. It is believed that this puppet has very strange powers. It is said that this puppet is able to give its owner its heartfelt wish. I have sold this puppet on four other occasions, and each time this puppet always finds its way back to the store. Believe it or not, it's true. Each time that I sold this puppet, it always comes back. And I wouldn't take lightly its power to give its owner its heartfelt desire.
Some people. How much is it?
And in a moment of weakness while in the shower masturbating, holy roller masturbating, to having sex with a doll, it grants its wish. So the doll comes to life and gives her the best lay of her life, apparently, and only lay of her life. This triggers some sort of suppressed sexual thing that she had, so she goes out and she starts sleeping with men, trying to get that feeling back that the doll gave her, and she can't find it. Nothing satisfies her, so she goes on a quest, going nuts, and trying to find the doll again. I'm not going to give away exactly what happens, but it's kind of funny that this movie actually has like a better story than I expected. 84, with a doll, it's before Child's Play, and of course it's low budget. Most of the acting is pretty bad. The music sometimes is louder than the dialogue. Just typical amateur kind of mistakes like that. I kind of, the little score thing gets stuck in your head. I'll play it a little bit, you'll hear it. If I show any clips from the movie, it's bound to be in there. It's in nearly 75% of the movie. But there's a couple lines that actually had me laughing out loud. Of course, when the devil talks, I meant that the devil doll talks, it's pretty funny stuff here. There's this street hustler who is just completely ridiculous. 90% of his words that come out of his mouth are mama. He's like, mama, I'm trying to sell you something. Mama, mama. It's just so ridiculously stupid, but it's hilarious at the same time.
Hey, mama, check this out. Like I was telling you, I got a deal for you. Now look, you got AM, FM, stereo, cassette player, 8-track. I mean, have you ever seen an 8-track and a cassette on the same thing? Now look, mama, what's the matter, mama? Say something. Look, mama, look, mama.
And there's a great line that actually is really cynical and made me laugh, that one of her friends says in church. She's like, her friend leans over and says, I'd rather be doing a lot more things than this, and you know what I mean? And she says, no, and then, or something like that. I'll play it, but she says, what are you saving yourself for, Jesus? And I just thought that was pretty funny.
Boy, isn't this sermon boring. I could think of something else I'd much rather do.
Girl, shut your mouth. Don't you know what the Lord looked down on such talk?
You talk like that because you never had one. Who are you saying it for, Jesus Christ?
You also have to know that in going, I'm going to prepare a place for.
It's kind of funny that she completely reverts to sin and loses all her faith, throwing away her religious relics. But Black Devil Doll from Hell is a bad movie, of course. It's low budget and made on it's obviously, you can see the budget constraints. But, the doll is funny, and there's some pretty clever, funny things in here, and there's kind of a moral to the story. So I'd recommend Black Devil Doll for bad movie fans, and it's better than what people would probably give credit for it, considering I've seen some horrible movies that you can't even make it through, and I watched this one fairly just fine. There's graphic sex with the doll, nudity, of course, which you get. I actually like this one, and I wasn't a fan of the kind of semi-remake or inspired movie Black Devil Doll. I didn't really care for that, but I would recommend Black Devil Doll. You can, I don't know, it should be out in November, but this is from Wasteland. They signed everything for me, the main star, Shirley Jones, and the director, Chester Turner at Wasteland. They were super nice people. He's rumored to be dead and whatnot. There's also a making of the Quadead Zone and Black Devil Doll on there, and he mentions that more of the humor and stuff like that was pretty intentional. It was supposed to be serious and have dark humor as well. But here's the Black Devil Doll VHS, and of course, it's nice and yellow. Then we have the Tales in the Quadead Zone VHS, nice and red. And we have the double tape, which has both on there as a double feature. The Black Devil Doll DVD also comes with commentary and has a recut that was also in stores. A lot of people probably saw instead. And here is, of course, the DVD reversible cover as well that they signed. It's very cool. Nice design here. Like I said, this is a good release. It's the best it's ever going to look. Like I said, Massacre does a lot of shot-on-video stuff that doesn't have any real masters except an old tape. But on to Tales of the Quadead Zone. I did not pick up the hard boxes, and they're fairly rare from my understanding at this point already. But we have Tales of the Quadead Zone, and this is a horror anthology. The disc is in my computer right at this moment, so I can get some files. But I didn't enjoy Tales of the Quadead Zone as much. It came out 3 years later. it's an anthology, I said, with 2 stories and a wraparound. The first story is kind of funny about these country people that never have enough food, and they're always praying, and we only got, thank God for this food, but we only got enough for 4. This little, like, jingle rhymes, or they have enough for 5, and one guy snaps and kills some people so he can eat better.
Thank God for this food, although we're poor. There's 8 of us at the table, and there's only food for 4.
No real violence or gore in here or anything. You just, you know, silly stuff here. The next story is called Brothers, which follows 2 brothers that hate each other, and one did this other brother so dirty that in death he wants to get revenge on him, and kidnaps the body, dresses him up as a clown, and of course it backfires in there. But, you know, my favorite part of the movie is the opening, beginning, one of them at least, is the music. They say, if you're like, yo, ho, strong and adult and strong, look, it's hilarious. You guys gotta hear it. It's just a little gimmick in music, and the drawings in the beginning are just really fun. Kind of like an even more low-budget version of the Dead Time Stories opening or something like that always stuck out to me. That's just like a fun little song that's goofy. And I actually enjoy that. Most of the movie, like I said, it's like an amateur, silly thing. This movie feels well. Black Devil Doll has a lot of, you know, I think more elements to it, as weird as that sounds. But Quadead Zone is, you know, just a simple, fun anthology. And then the third story I think might be the best, the Wraparound, which is about a woman who lost her son and is getting these weird books, the Quadead Zone book, to read stories to her dead son, and he's walking around and always like constantly blowing on her, like shh, like to show him that he's there. And the husband is upset with her, so they get into a scuffle. And there's a great scene. I know it's kind of a spoiler, but they're fighting in the kitchen, and she ends up knifing him. She's like, "We're gonna dance. This is our last dance. You want to dance?" or something like that. And she's spinning him around, and the blood's dripping. But you know, cornball cheesy stuff here, and there could be a sequel to Quadead Zone, maybe, possibly in the future, I bet. But anyways, if you guys like shot on video or really bad movies, so bad they're good, Quadead Zone so bad it's good, but you know, Black Devil Doll so bad it's good too, but I think a lot more people would enjoy it than I would expect. I mean, both would be good movies to sit and watch with a group of people and have a couple laughs, but Black Devil Doll has some little things in there that make it a lot better, I think, actually. But these sound like they're up your alley. They have silly, goofy music, cheesy cornball stuff, but Black Devil Doll has some pretty extreme stuff in it, especially for, you know, shot-on-video movies. Usually, a lot of times they have absolutely nothing in them. But thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.
If you like your terror adult and strong, well, come here, you can't go wrong. Dolls will kill, the dead will too. It's all right here to entertain you.
There's no rules in the game of fright. Listen to my friend. Give him your neck if you dare. Here's his cousin standing tall. Pull his plug, and he might just fall.